He really had the nerve to say that to me. Hey everyone, it's Trent and I'm back with another video. This video I've been wanting to make for a few months now, but I was a little bit hesitant about making it just because at the time when I thought about making this video, I was still working at this restaurant that I'm going to be talking about. But now I don't work there, I got a new job, so I'm going to spill all the tea. Well, spill the tea about the customers that I had. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to tell you guys some stories of the rudest customers that I've had. The first story that I'm going to be telling you is a story that I titled this video off of. I'm going to tell you guys about this customer that basically robbed me. So here's how it went down. I was a server at this restaurant, but for one day I was on register, being a cashier, doing my thing. Because I wanted some extra money, because servers only make $4 an hour and the cashiers made $8.50. So I just wanted a little bit of extra money on my check. This was my first day on register. I was very excited. It was very easy. I was doing well, doing my thing. And I was just honestly really bored because it's different when you're a server running around all over the place and when you're on register standing in one place the whole shift. So besides me being bored, I was killing it. It was such an easy concept to grasp. Being on register was so easy. My night was going fine. Besides me being bored, it was going fine. But this one dude came in. He was a very tall, bigger dude that was kind of intimidating just from the get-go. And the fact that he wasn't nice didn't make him any more approachable. Here's what happened. His order was, I believe, around $10. And he gave me a 20. So in return, I give him a $10 bill back. What you're supposed to do when you get handed money is to put it on the register in case they try to do something slick like this dude did. I was nervous because he was so intimidating that I didn't do that. I put the money that he gave me right into the register, which backfired real quick. So as I said, he handed me a 20, I gave him 10 in return, but he claimed that he gave me a 30. And I was like, no, I remember you giving me a 20. I remember the screen saying the change being $10. So I know for a fact he didn't hand me $30. Plus, why would he even, it just didn't add up to me. And I know he didn't. But what was I gonna do? Argue with him? My managers were nowhere to be found. They were never to be found. So like, what was I supposed to do? So what I did was the only thing that I could do. I basically gave him his money back. He claimed that he handed me 30 instead of 20. Meaning that I had to give him 20 back because his order was 10. So he basically got his order for free, which was very stupid. I honestly kind of felt violated and I was borderline robbed if you really think about it. Apparently this guy does this all over town. Somebody told me that he got banned from several different restaurants for doing the same thing. Thank goodness I didn't have to see him again for the rest of my time of me working there. Hopefully I don't see him at this new job. Another customer that I had that was very rude to me was this customer that I served on my first day of being a server at this restaurant. It was actually during the soft opening, which is basically like a pre-opening. What happened was all of the employees had their families come in the day before the store opened and the servers served their families. This was actually my first customer that I ever served in my entire life. I didn't really quite know what I was doing. My job as a server was basically just bringing them drinks and taking their plates away when they were done with them. But like, I was nervous, so I was like messing up everything. I was spilling drinks, dropping plates. I was a wreck. So this dude was nice to me the entire time I was serving him. He wasn't really talking much. I was being nice to him. And I didn't really mess up in front of him. Every time I messed up, it was like back in the back, like in the kitchen. So he didn't see me screw up at all. Yet, he gave me a penny for my tip. One single penny. If you ask me, I would rather be stiffed, meaning no tip at all, than receive 1 penny. That's just more offensive than not getting tipped at all. But what was really offensive was what he told me when he handed me the penny. Yes, he handed me the penny. He didn't leave it on the table. He had the audacity to hand me 1 single penny. And he told me, here you go, you deserve this. He really had the nerve to say that to me. Funniest thing is that I actually served him again like a few months later. And this time, I upgraded from a penny to a whole 50 cents. I was making progress. This next story that I'm telling you, the customer wasn't really that rude, but he was very weird and made me very uncomfortable. I actually served this dude 2 different times. The first time I served him, it was him and his wife. Very, very nice people, very funny. They were making my night a lot better just because they're being very interactive and talking to me. They weren't just like a zombie just eating their food. So they were like really great people. I was having a lot of fun serving them. When it comes to the end of their meal, they handed me a $10 bill for my tip, which is a pretty good tip for this restaurant, by the way. But he told me in front of his wife, when he handed me the tip, he would have doubled the tip if I had boobs. Basically meaning that I only got $10 because I am a guy. He didn't base it off the service, he based it off my gender and my body parts. That's kind of like harassment, and I probably should have said something, but he tipped me $10. So I was kind of at a dilemma, kind of at a crossroad. I just went with it, I got $10, moving on. Until I saw him again. Him and his wife again. The first thing that he said to me when he saw me was, I see you didn't grow any boobs. And I kind of just like shrugged my shoulder and walked away, got their drinks, and when I came back, he gave me the tip before they even started eating. He handed me another $10 and said, here, put this towards your implants. Once again, kind of felt violated, kind of was harassment, kind of wanted $10, kind of didn't want to say anything. You see how this is an issue. Because as I said, $10 was a great tip at this restaurant. It was a buffet. Most people don't know to tip at a buffet. By the way, tip at a buffet. If you have a server of any kind, or if you go to any place that allows tip, at least tip something. Me ranting about tipping could be a whole video in itself. Anyways, another customer that stuck out to me, and this was probably the weirdest customer that I ever had, would be this one dude who drank a lot of water. And when I mean drank a lot of water, I mean every time I would step away, I would come back like not even a minute later and he would want a refill. Like it got to the point where I had to carry a glass of water on my tray at all times, so when I walked past him I could just hand it to him. Because if he didn't have water in his cup, he would shake it, whistle, slurp on nothingness, and suck in on nothing just so he can get his point across, which is very annoying and rude and disrespectful. He was just the type of person to where if I didn't tend to his needs at that very moment, he was very obnoxious and rude about it. I gave him a water and he stopped me this time. He said, so I have a question for you. And I was like, what is that? And he was complaining about his sausage links. Here's the thing about the sausage links. I had a lot of people complain about them. I don't like sausage, I never ate them, but I had a lot of people complain about this place's sausage links. He took it upon himself to cut individual pieces off of this link. He had maybe about 12 to 14 pieces of sausage cut up. And when he was done telling me about how disgusting they were, he threw them at me, walked out. Here's where I got confused, okay? He left $3 under his plate. I don't really understand what he was getting at and what he got out of throwing food at me. I still don't understand it, but that's probably like the rudest encounter that I ever had of anybody.
Yeah, because apparently being robbed wasn't rude enough.
I'm gonna tell you one more story. And this story is just really, it's just another weird story, okay? It was on Thanksgiving, and this one woman was sitting down by herself, and she was wearing an army hat, and she had a picture of some guy on it. Turns out that that guy was actually her son that recently died. Like, I'm talking about weeks ago. So, like, very recent. And she was talking about how he died overseas and all this other stuff, and how she lost her husband overseas too. Crazy enough, she actually lost her son and her husband in the same country that they were in, which really blows my mind and really freaks me out thinking about it. So she was just telling me about her son and her husband, and just how great people they were and how upset she is to have Christmas without them. Once she was done talking, I went on to my other customers, and I noticed that she kind of stormed out crying. So I went to her table to clean off the table, and she left me a note. The note said, I am not tipping you because the only service that we should be thankful for or to give credit to is those that serve our country. Once again, I was very baffled at the situation because I didn't know if I should be upset that she just up and left, and I didn't know if I should be upset with her logic because we should be very thankful for those that serve our country, but doesn't mean we shouldn't be thankful for other people who serve us in different ways. I wasn't upset that she didn't tip. She was having a rough time. That'd be selfish of me. I was being very sympathetic and empathetic towards her. This situation just really confused me, and like that note when her logic confused me. I guess she was hurting, but like, I was just confused. I don't know how many of you guys are gonna be watching this video, but if you made it this far, can you please comment down below and try to like explain where she could have been coming from with that? I really don't understand why she would leave that note and why she would necessarily feel that way. It's beyond me. I have a lot more stories that I could tell you, whether if it's rude customers, weird customers, or just weird situations that I've been in while working at this place. For the most part, I didn't even have anybody that rude. It was mostly just really weird situations. But if you want me to, I can make a part 2 to this video. Just comment down below and let me know. And also leave a like if you enjoyed, share with your friends if you want to, or if you know anybody who will enjoy this video, and subscribe if you are new. Tap the bell to be notified whenever I post. I post videos every single Saturday and throughout the week. I'm not sure if I ever thanked you guys for 300 subscribers, but thank you so much for 300 subscribers. My goal is to hit 500 before May, because May is my year anniversary on YouTube, so let's see if we can make that happen. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for the support. See you in the next video.